Hi, welcome to our look ahead at week 1 of the high school football season. I'm Barry Lewis along with Mike Brown, and week 1 has the most high-profile games of any week in the high school season, Mike. It's a blockbuster week, and number 1 of the blockbusters, the Backyard Bowl at Chapman Stadium, Union against Jenks. You saw Union last week. What did you think?
Union played well, lost in the last minute, but had a great comeback. I think that I saw Union play several times last year, and you know, they've lost a lot of people, but as long as they've got Hunter Ataya, that guy's a pretty good player.
Yes, he is, and of course Jenks has a pretty good quarterback too, Kyle Alexander, who's trying to make a big comeback this year after suffering an injury in last year's Backyard Bowl. To me, you always expect the unexpected in this game. All indications in logic would seem to me to indicate that Union would probably deserve a slight edge, so that's why I'm picking Jenks.
As they say, run the other way from conventional wisdom, right? And besides, if you get it right, you'll look like a genius.
Well, in the game, let's talk about the game that you're going to cover on Friday night. Broken Arrow at Owasso for the Bailey Cup this year.
I saw Owasso play last weekend, and Jalen Lowe looked like he's going to be a very exciting guy for them after kind of backing up last year. And he moves around really good, throws the ball really well, and they've got a nice receiver named Samari Collier that I think people are going to hear more about.
And a very interesting storyline in the game is that Broken Arrow's quarterback will be Coleman Key, whose brother Kason Key shared quarterbacking duties last year at Owasso with Jalen Lowe, and also Coleman did see some action for Owasso last year. So I think a big key in the game will be, can Owasso slow down Broken Arrow's running attack at all? They weren't able to do so in 2 meetings last year, so that's why I've got to give Broken Arrow the edge.
I think that it'll be interesting to see how both offensive lines come together. That could affect both teams' play on offense, but Broken Arrow with maybe 2 of the best running backs on earth, you probably have to give them the edge at this point.
Owasso coach Bill Patterson says Devon Thomas is the best running back he's ever seen in 35 years of coaching, so that's quite a compliment.
And Cameron Wren is not bad.
No, he's not. Yes, that's for sure. A lot of other great games this week. Cassia Hall, Hollenthal, Coweta at Wagner, Glenpool at Berry Hill, Oklahoma City, Douglas at Booker T. Washington.
Oh, and you're talking about the great rivalries. Don't forget about Hominy and Cleveland.
And how can we forget that on Thursday night? So they'll get started a day early, which they usually traditionally do. Any other games intrigue you, Mike?
I think the Wagner-Coweta game I think will be exciting because Wagner's coming off their state championship. Coweta, that's a very heartfelt rivalry in Wagner County, and Coweta came close last year, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one comes out.
And a couple of games that intrigue me are Edison at Hale and Okmulgee at Rogers. None of these teams won a varsity game last year. Of course, Rogers didn't play against varsity competition. So 2 of these teams are going to be very happy on Friday night as they'll be able to taste a varsity victory and get to celebrate for the first time since at least 2010. So that's going to be very interesting. For Mike Brown, this is Barry Lewis. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week as we look ahead to week 2 of the high school football season.